And the next item of business is item 8.1. It is the 2021 ASBA Edwin Parr Teacher Nominee. Chief Usi, would you please introduce this report?
I chair trustees. The Edwin Parr Award was created by the Alberta School Boards Association, ASBA. It recognizes excellent first-year teachers who contribute to public education in our province through the Edwin Parr Teacher Award. Principals nominate exceptional first-year teachers in their schools to a committee of CBE leaders to choose one to bring forward as our winner. It is at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Superintendent Armstrong to provide further details on this award. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Chair Dennis, this year's CBE Edwin Parr nominee was chosen by a committee of principals chaired by teacher staffing consultant Doug Swift. The criteria for selection included the teacher's evaluation document and the final student teaching evaluation. The successful nominee is awarded a continuous teaching contract with the CBE. Upon board approval of the nominee, the Chief Superintendent and I submit a nomination package to the Zone Chair for Zone 5 by March 19th of this year. And nominees from each school district are interviewed by the ASBA Zone Selection Committee, and one is chosen to move forward as the Zone 5 nominee. Each of the 6 final nominees are recipients of a smartwatch and a framed certificate at the ASBA Fall General Meeting in November. With that bit of background, I'll now turn things over to Doug Swift.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Superintendent Armstrong. Good afternoon, Chair Dennis, trustees, Chief Superintendent Usi, other superintendents, CBE staff, and guests. Yes, thank you for the honor to move this report forward. Principals were asked to submit nomination packages designed by ASMA to our committee. On February 6th, the CBE Selection Committee met to use these nomination packages to review, discuss, and ultimately decide on the candidate to bring forward to today's board meeting. I would like to thank Carrie Edwards, Bobby Keevy, Sebastien Picard, and Pyle Tooley for taking time to complete this important task with me. Now I would like to invite the principal of Crescent Heights High School, Mr. Mike Wilson, to introduce the nominee that our committee selected for your approval. Mike.
Chair Dennis, Board of Trustees, Chief Superintendent Usi, members of the superintendent's team, and all guests. It is a great honor for me today to introduce our 2020-2021 Edwin Parr nominee, John Barrett, who we affectionately know as Johnny. From the moment Johnny joined us at Crescent Heights High School, Johnny's infectious energy and commitment to student success were very evident. Watching Mr. Barrett teach is the personification of joyful teaching, and that positive energy uplifts all those around him. During his relatively short time here at Crescent Heights High School, Johnny has taught Science 10, Social Studies, English language learners, LEAD, as well as in our mental health class. Mr. Barrett has done a masterful job of immersing himself in the different curriculum and creating a safe, caring, and welcoming environment for all. Johnny truly has made a significant impact with some of our most vulnerable students. Mr. Barrett came into his teaching career a bit later in his life journey, which is a real strength of his practice. Johnny is able to share these experiences, such as running his own organic farm, to support student success and learning. Mr. Barrett is truly an exceptional educator, and it is my honor to introduce him to you as the Calgary Board of Education's 2021 Edwin Parr nominee for your consideration. Congratulations, Mr. Barrett.
Wow, amazing. Thank you for the kind words, and thank you all for having me here today. It's an honor and privilege to work with the CBE, and this nomination is next level. I wrote a few words that I'd like to share with you. I'm deeply appreciative and humbled as I stand alongside a plethora of exceptional new teachers in a time so unprecedented that the words become cliche. In any case, I feel like I've won the lottery in joining the CBE and Crescent Heights family. Let me walk you through my day. I've been shown genuine kindness since first being greeted by Crescent's amazing administrative assistant, Shannon Lamb, and this has continued ever since. Miss Jen Neely putting together this nomination is just one example of the consideration she puts into making people feel valued and appreciated, which is part of the larger culture. Mr. Mike Wilson, for example, in my first few days at the start of a busy year, in a big school, in a pandemic, took the time to look into my history to personally connect through a shared interest. Tim Kitchen, another of our wonderful APs, took it upon himself to introduce me to other outdoor-loving staff and welcomed me aboard an exciting bike shop project to help make this feel like home. Rachel Elliott, to the same end, regularly makes the time to connect and share laughs. All this connection and support before I even get out of the office. Thereafter, I'm greeted by an array of smiles big enough to see in eyes above masks, by teacher and student alike. Enter Krista DeMasi, my fearless leader in ELL Lead Bridges in the mental health class. Through empathy and understanding, Krista helps both students and staff rise to high expectations that she co-creates with them. And on the pattern proves true. One of my greatest learnings is the extent to which positive relationships impact student learning and success. I've learned on the ground that creating a warm and respectful learning environment also opens doors for student input, co-design, feedback, and humor, making it a more rich and meaningful experience for all of us. All this to say, any success of mine results directly from my mentors, colleagues, and students. I couldn't do anything without them or all of you, which brings me to our semi-local and fully famous cosmonaut, Chris Hadfield. He writes for him to fly spaceships, it takes a whole bunch of people doing their jobs really well. He speaks of NASA, but his understanding of success holds true for the CBE in co-piloting classrooms. Our huge team, everyone from trustees to principals to support staff and facility management, this complex ecosystem of collaborators working towards the same marvelous goal, provide me the privilege and responsibility of being on the front line of supporting young people in their learning journeys. I get to focus on my small role in this big system with the confidence of being supported by hundreds of people who want me to succeed and make it possible for me to do what I love to do. Zooming in, my personal foundation is my family. Their patience, love, and support, and my love for them and care for their future make this role intensely personal and meaningful. After dropping the kids at daycare, my bike ride to school includes hoping that someone at daycare sees in them what I do. How special and precious they are, how much potential they have. How lucky are we teachers that we get to be that person for so many young people every day. And for those young people who don't yet have someone who sees that in them, we get to be that person too. With that, thank you for this opportunity and for all you do to make this ship fly.